Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Pretty good here, and welcome to the channel. Hey, today we're going to do a little, it's sort of a mod. I'm going to show you how to take the top of the console cover off in case you ever want to do any kind of console cover mod like I've done. If you watch the channel, then you know I have a custom-made center console cover lid, at least the cover itself anyway, with the channel logo, with this logo right there on it. But since we're going to be trading this thing off, we can't let that go. So I got a replacement center console lid. We're going to take off the custom lid and we're going to put the original back on, or at least the OEM part. So let's hop inside. Let me show you how to do that. It's pretty easy. Okay, we've got the tools and things over here. You only need one Phillips head screwdriver, but I'm never sure which one I have works the best. This is the OEM cover in the bag here. And of course, right here is my custom center console lid. Now, I will say, if you're interested in something like this, first of all, it comes from a fellow named Kylin Brimhall, and you can find him if you search his name on the web or just look him up on Facebook. But again, can't say enough. He does an excellent job. I think this thing looks awesome. If you're really just looking for something with a little more padding or something like this, you don't have to get a logo. You can just have it recovered. And the difference is huge on the old elbow, let me tell you. So, what do we have to do to take this thing off? Well, first you got to open it. And then, you can see there are 6 screws. Here, 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 and here. So once we remove those, we should be able to just pull that lid right off. Let me go ahead and set you guys up and we'll get going on that. Okay, as I said, there are only 6 screws, so get myself turned around here a little bit. Should be able to just pop those off. I do have a magnetic screwdriver. If you have one of those, it certainly helps because these little screws are tiny. As you guys can see there, there's not much to these little things, and having a magnetic screwdriver really helps out. So that you don't drop them somewhere. And you want to be careful. They do just screw into plastic. So if you go too far, they're very easy to strip. I can't stress enough how important it is to not muscle these things in. You know, it's always, I think the first inclination is to really get on a screw when you're putting it in, but it's not necessary in applications like this for sure. And I do believe I've stripped maybe 1 or 2 of these myself because of that reason, for going ahead and really cranking on these things, which again is simply not necessary. But what can I say? You live and learn, right? Alright, we have one left. I think this last one is actually the stripped one. When I put this in the new truck, I'll probably put some Loctite or something on there just to make sure that that it stays on there well. But let's see about popping this off, if I remember exactly how to do that. There we go. And you actually have to take the lid off. There's one step I forgot. You have to take those 4 screws off to get the interior cover off, if you will, this plastic piece. And then you have to go ahead and remove these 4 screws on the little hinge here itself. And that's what releases the lid from the assembly itself. So there's a little bit more to it than just those screws. So let's go ahead and remove those. Again, none of this is rocket science. The hardest part is making sure, like I said, that you don't strip anything out, which, as I admitted, I have done. But you do have to take that plastic bottom piece off that I just showed you there in order to get to these screws to remove the actual cover itself. That should do it. Just tilt it down a little and it'll pop right off. There you can see what the cover looks like now that it's actually off. Okay, now we've got the OEM version here. A lot less padding. Matter of fact, it's rather hard. But we're going to go ahead and put that back on. It just bolts back onto, of course, these screw holes here. And you gotta make sure you have that lined up well. There's even a couple little nubs right here. One here and one here. To make sure that you can get that, or that you line it up correctly back in the holes. Again, it's pretty simple. Let's go ahead and put the screws back in. And you don't want to drop them like that. And we'll see how many times I can drop them before I actually get it in there. And these are new holes, of course. I'm going to get a different screwdriver. That one's not treating me right. So we have a chance to not strip these out, which we're not going to do. This screwdriver is not magnetic, but I think the screws will stay in there. Even though it's supposed to be magnetic. Like I said, we have an opportunity to not strip these out, so the next person that gets this truck will not have stripped out holes on their center cover. And one more, and then we put the little insert piece back on and we'll be golden, hopefully. Again, the one thing I love about the Tacoma is how easy it is to work on. I mean, this can't be much simpler. And just screw in, and it's very simple to get to. I really like that. Now let's see about getting this piece back on properly. Just kind of snaps in there like that. Put our screws back in. Get our little tray back up here. And we'll be done. These you want to be careful not to strip out as well. And they go in very easily. Just put them right until they snug. They really only snug in there. They don't really torque down at all. So it feels like you got more to go, and if you do, you'll strip them out. Just want to snug them in there. Just like so. Halfway there, 3 more. Starting to get hot out here. I think we're pushing 88 degrees right now here in southern Texas. Last 2. Yeah, they barely go in there before they grab, and that's it. Last one. That's it. That's the finished product. You can see a lot plainer than what I had in there before. But it is OEM. Does work perfectly, just like before. So no harm done in the unmodding of this mod. Okay, that's it. Pretty simple to do, as I mentioned before. Again, if you're looking for something like this, get a hold of Kylin Brimhall I'll leave his name down below in the description, so if you want to get in touch with him, he can do about anything on these. And again, I highly recommend him if you're looking for something like this, even if you're just looking for more padding in this thing, to give a better feel on the elbow. It's actually this elbow. There's nothing worse than going on a long trip, sitting there and having your elbow hurt because your center console armrest is too hard. And I gotta say, this one is too hard. There's a tad bit of padding in it, but certainly not enough to keep you comfortable on any kind of a long trip. Anyway, I just wanted to get on here, show you guys how simple it is to take off this center console armrest. Also good to know in case you ever damage it or anything, you can get one of these and have it replaced. I will leave a part number down below for this as well. I got it from Sparks Parts. Again, if you're looking for anything for your truck, check out sparksparts.com, and don't forget discount code RobMotive for 5% off your order. As usual, appreciate you guys watching. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of that original customized armrest cover. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the web. Have a great day. Bye.